opening week is presented by FTX, the official crypto exchange of the MLB. Welcome to the great upper Midwest, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Baseball's back, baby. Game 1 against the Minnesota Twins. Hi again, everybody. Joy, privilege, and pleasure to be with you again. Talking about Mariner baseball. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, our 16th season together. And expectations, we come into this feeling really good about this ball club. Very excited, I think, with good reason.
I think there's a lot of buzz around this club. We noticed it in spring training. The additions certainly have been exciting. Jerry is pretty excited about this club, too. And now there's expectation. After winning 90 games last year, there's expectations for this season. It feels great.
No question about it. Opening day, your former player. What kind of sizzle, what kind of juice is running through?
It is special. Getting here to the ballpark early, I guarantee these guys were all here real early. Sleeping was a little bit difficult for them, and now they're probably a little bit nervous too, but excited to get this season underway.
That good butterflies. You want to have the good performance anxiety. Get ready to rock and roll. All right. Now, one of the big news pieces of news today, J.P. Crawford, admitted leader of this ball club. He just re-upped. 5-year extension, $51 million. He's thrilled. Jerry, John Stanton, they're thrilled. Everybody should be thrilled in Mariner Nation.
I think that everybody has to be. This is a great deal for him and for the ball club. I think when you look at his leadership and what he was able to do, winning a Gold Glove already, what he brought to the offense last year, this is a nice signing for the Mariners.
Yes, indeed. And then, of course, the young star, a lot of expectations and excitement built up by this young man in spring training. We talk of Julio Rodriguez. Who else? This kid, he's special.
Yeah, he is. Number 44 in the lineup today. He's batting seventh, playing center field. He can do everything on a field. He is a rookie. I'm sure that he's really excited to be out there today, but he earned his job to start in this club in center field, and now we're going to see him in the lineup.
Yep, it's going to be good. An acquisition boy, I tell you what, everybody in baseball is like, wow, you guys came up big with this one. The reigning Cy Young Award winner, Robbie Ray, fantastic year he had last year with the Blue Jays in 3 different home ballparks.
Yeah, this guy, he's going to really compete out there. It's great to have him here for the opener. You see the sub-3 ERA for him, 248 strikeouts. That led the American League, and he's going to get after it today. This is a max effort guy.
Take a look at his career numbers. He has the heavy grunting and the tight pants. He will get after it. There you go. Look at this comparison. He goes against young Joe Ryan.
Yeah, if you look at, obviously, Robbie Ray, he was one of the big signings for the Mariners. It's the reason why everybody is optimistic. And then for Joe Ryan, this will be his first opener also. Last year, just 26 innings, so he is a rookie. Pretty good fastball pitch at the top of his own fly ball type of pitcher. So maybe a couple of guys in the Mariners lineup can take him out of the yard.
All right, there's the setup. We're getting even closer to first pitch action here at Target Field. Downtown Minneapolis, glorious looking day. It's 45 degrees. The great Jim Cott finally going into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Finally going into the Baseball Hall of Fame, the great Tony Oliva. A couple of Twins immortals and 2 of the great guys you ever want to meet in baseball. Ty France and the boys dapping up as we get ready for first pitch action from Minnesota. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Ready to rock right after this. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Crawford to first in time.
Gorgeous day here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The footprint, it's Target Field in a lovely spot in downtown Minneapolis as we welcome you to opening day, everybody. It's the Mariners and the Twins. Glad you've joined us. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Take a look at the Mariner batting order for this afternoon.
Yeah, for Scott Service, Adam Frazier going to lead things off a 305 average last year. Mitch Haniger is your cleanup hitter. 39 homers for Mitch last year. Tremendous year for him. Jared Kelnick, the DH, will bat 6th, and there's Julio Rodriguez hitting 7th in the lineup. He'll be in center field, and Cal Raleigh will round out the 9 for the Mariners. Joe Ryan going to take him out, the opener. He's also a rookie. Last year, you can see just the 5 starts, 2-1 record, ERA just over 4. 26 innings, he had 30 strikeouts. Fastball will be in the low 90s with a slider, curve, and changeup. And the defense, Byron Buxton out in center field. He is one of the best in the business. Carlos Correa at shortstop. Jorge Polanco will be the second baseman, and Ryan Jeffers will do the catching. Take a look at the arsenal for Ryan. There's his fastball, 4-seamer. Again, most of the time at the top of the zone, slider for the most part, changeup, and he'll mix in a curve.
StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Sun is enveloping this field, hopefully for a while longer. Heck of a breeze down on the field. Right now it's blowing out hard to right, but it swirls like crazy here. And sometimes when you look up at the flags at the top of the bleachers on in left field, it doesn't indicate what it's doing down on the field. But right field right now, it is just blowing out. Looks like a good 15 miles an hour. Our first pitch is brought to you by First Tech Federal Credit Union. Adam Frazier to lead it off for the Mariners against Joe Ryan, 6'2", 225. He's 25 years old. 7th round pick of the Rays back in 2018. Cal State Stanislaus is where he went to college. Played water polo there, and may see some of that familiar delivery. Comes over the top, and here we go. We're underway to take the first pitch out of play, and we are ready to go. Frazier's solid during the spring. Sprays the ball all over the yard. They do play him the pull here. And he does pull it, hits the bag. Sano is there, race to the bag, and just got him. And that's a collision Adam Frazier did not want to have.
I thought maybe he was going to catch a break when the ball hit the bag. Ends up falling right to Sano. Then it was a foot race.
As we've seen over the years, Sano, when you look at him, and I talked to him earlier, he's down 30 pounds. But even when he was carrying about 275, 280, he was one of the quicker big men you ever want to see.
You certainly don't want to run into him.
And now with the baseball has joined the NFL and the NBA, crew chief gets to make an announcement as to what's going on. Seattle is challenging to call at first base.
Yeah, Joe Ryan, the pitcher, was late getting off the mound. I think Sano wanted to throw him the ball, but he certainly wasn't going to beat Frazier to the bag.
And I like the fact that we can now find out what the folks back in New York have relayed after they checked the video. They relayed to the crew chief. The crew chief is Ron Culp, the home plate umpire.
Frazier does the right thing, and that is to slide. Maybe he missed the base.
And it looked like he
Sano,
came up
that's
short.
close.
It looked like he may have been a centimeter or two short.
Maybe. I'm sure that's what they're looking at. Big delivery, Supermo.
There's some air.
Yeah, he looks like he missed it.
He did miss it. First play of the game. We're going to replay. We test out the new PA system for the umpires.
That didn't take long.
Sure didn't. Well, they want to get it right. I don't know about you, but I think this is great that the umpire can make an announcement. Here we go.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner's out. Seattle loses their challenge.
There you go. Plain and simple. You don't have to guess anymore. No hand signals or anything like that. Not that I can read sign language, but they can tell you what's going on.
Right. Scott seems surprised. I'm sure they told him the same thing, that maybe he missed the base.
Here's a look at the FTX umpire crew. Ron Culp, the home plate umpire, the crew chief. Marty Foster at first. Chris Conroy, he's at second. Carlos Torres at third. Here's Ty France. In his limited action, Joe Ryan has not given up a hit in the first inning of any of his games. See the numbers there for Ty France, outstanding. And made himself into a really good first baseman. He's another guy that Mariner fans have come to know and learn that he can hit the ball all over the yard.
He was steady last year. I think he probably hit a few more home runs this year, 18 home runs on the year. But you're right, he did a really nice job defensively last year for the club.
Buxton shading towards left. So he got hit again. He led the known universe in hit by pitch last year. Brother. I mean, it's not like he's on top of the plate like Frank Robinson, but I mean, he gets hit all the daggone time.
Yeah, it sure seems that way. He missed him the first time, ends up hitting him the second time. And I actually talked to Ty about it in spring training. He says, hey, I'm not trying to get hit.
Oh, he did get hit
on the elbow, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he wants to stay healthy and be in the lineup every game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Frank Robinson, the late Frank Robinson and late Don Baylor, those two guys, they were crowding on the plate. Of course, you didn't want to challenge those guys if you had something to say to them. But, I mean, this guy gets hit so much, it's amazing. Here's Jesse Winker making his regular season Mariner debut. An accomplished hitter, an all-star with Cincinnati last year. Takes up high. Winker, part of the some of the new guys that have come over to the ball club, and he said, man, the rest of these guys who have been here have been so incredibly welcoming. It's a really good clubhouse. Fly ball, long run by the third baseman, left fielder coming in, and he hangs with him. Kirilloff, 2 down. They're playing for a big time pull. Third baseman, that was Urshela, looked like he was in real trouble.
He was happy to get some help on it, that's for sure.
Here's Mitch Haniger.
39 home runs for Mitch last year, 100 RBIs.
One of the great moments we've all been a part of when he got that bases loaded single. Game 161, 8th inning against the Angels last October. Missing so much time, you know, injuries, COVID season. It's nice to see him. He has worked his way back in a tip-top condition, maybe even stronger and more fit than he ever was. And that's saying something because he's one of the, if you will, a diabolical worker. He likes to get after it. Eugenio Suarez is on deck. If he can keep it going. High drive, deep left center field. That ball is out of here. 2-0 Mariners. Mitch Haniger picking up where he left off last year. And the Mariners have an early lead here in Minnesota. Mitch Haniger. Hey now. What a blast. A great way to start.
We talked about it. Joe Ryan, he's a fly ball pitcher, and Mitch got every bit of that.
First time Ryan has given up a hit in a first inning of one of his games. The first time, and it was a big boom by Mitch Haniger. That's impressive. Got just what he was looking for and wrote it out. 2-0. Here's Eugenio Suarez. If that's not a name that doesn't just lovingly stroke your ear. Take another look at what Mitch did.
Tremendous power. You see the big leg kick. He gets that foot on the ground. The barrel comes flying through.
And strike 3 called. Gino's gone, but the good news, Mariners have an early lead, 2-0. Robbie Ray, the reigning American League Cy Young Award winner, to make his debut in a couple of minutes. Mitch Haniger's got the Mariners off to a good start. 2-0 with the first home run of the season. Here's a look at the lineup that Robbie Ray will face.
A lot of speed at the top of the lineup. Byron Buxton going to lead things off. He is in center field, hitting second. Carlos Correa, 279 last year with 26 home runs. Gary Sanchez, the DH, he will bat 7th, 23 home runs for Sanchez last year. Max Kepler will round out the 9 for Minnesota. For Robbie Ray, getting the opener. 32 starts last year, Cy Young Award, 13-game winner, ERA at a 2.84 of the American League, and strikeouts. There you go, 248 strikeouts for Ray. And yes, you will hear him out there.
First grunt of the season, everybody. Intense competitor. He's going against one of the primo players in baseball, Byron Buxton. He's got service head. Here's the ground ball, third base, Suarez. one away.
And a look at the defense for the Mariners. Julio Rodriguez out in center field. Congratulations to him making the ball club. J.P. Crawford will be at shortstop. Ty France, we've already seen him. He's at first base. And Cal Raleigh will do the catching. For Robbie Ray, good fastball, 92 to 95 miles an hour. Slider is a wipeout pitch for him. You'll see an occasional curveball and changeup, but primarily it's the fastball slider combination.
Good matchup right here. Carlos Correa, after a nice run, extraordinary run with Houston, first round pick back in 2012, swing and a miss. Carlos Correa, an all-star World Series champion, 6-year deal, $35 million per. He's got an opt-out after year 1 and year 2. Talking to Derek Falvey, the baseball ops president of baseball ops for Minnesota. Here's a drive to center field. Julio will have to play this on a bounce. He said when Correa came to the ball club, he went right to Byron Buxton and said, "Hey man, this is your team. I'm just here to help." So, base hit.
Got a solid line drive into right center. Fastball in the middle of the plate.
Tremendous change on this ball club, the Minnesota Twins, and Derek Falvey did a lot of it in the last couple of weeks. 17 of the 28 players on this roster were not with the club last year. Here's Jorge Polanco. First pitch swinging. Julio gets a chance to record his first out. 2 outs. Yeah, they've 17 of the 28 were not here, and most of this action in the last 10 days. Matter of fact, Rocco Baldelli was still calling guys yesterday, pitchers, saying to tell them that they made the team or not, and then they made another deal. They bring in Pagan, Emilio Pagan, one-time Mariner, and Chris Paddock over from San Diego.
I said with the bullpen, they're going to mix and match towards the end of the game.
Here's Gio Urshela. Came over in the Donaldson trade with the Yankees. First pitch strike. We first saw Urshela with Cleveland. He had a very good run with the Yankees last year because Gleyber Torres had a subpar year. They had to move him from third base's natural position. Play him a lot at shortstop.
Late swing at that fastball at the top of the zone.
Sun's starting to creep in from the first base side. It was, you wake up this morning, throw open the curtains at a hotel and look at snow on the rooftops, but you could look down onto the street and see that it was gone. It's 32 degrees early on. Right now it's 45 degrees and the sun makes it really comfortable. Broken bat ground ball, JP Frazier, and a good first inning as a Mariner for Robbie Ray. Nothing across. A runner stranded, 2-0 on the Haniger homer. This year marks the 75th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier and the 25th anniversary of Ken Griffey Jr. donning number 42 in his honor. To celebrate, the first 20,000 fans are going to take home a Junior 42 bobblehead on Saturday, April 16th. Game time at 6:10. Secure your tickets at mariners.com. Jackie Robinson Day, home opener. Jackie Robinson, one of the most consequential Americans in our nation's history. Jared Kelenic the lead off here in the second. Pull the shift around on him. What do you think of JK's spring?
I thought that he started a little bit slow, but I think that his timing started to get better towards the end of camp. He is the DH this afternoon.
Foul back.
Really like to see him get off to a good start this year.
Yeah, last year when he got called up in May, hit 118, struggled in minimal action in June, got sent down, came back, hit 154 in July, 196 in August, and a tip of the cap, 248 in September. Some big knocks. Hit 7 home runs that last month.
Yeah, that slow start makes for a long year.
And especially with the expectations, you
Right.
know, we were talking about him like we're talking about Julio this year, and he had torn it up in the minors and torn it up at every level that he's been in. And during spring training, we talked about his new relationship with Mark McGwire, and how Mac has been helping him tremendously. Right at Buxton. So 1 away. Kelenic in the 6-hole, and here comes, making his major league debut, Julio Rodriguez. First plate appearance. Got any more adjectives to describe his spring?
I think that you've done a nice job of that all spring long. I mean,
well earned.
Yeah, well earned. That's the thing I like about the most. It wasn't given to him. He had to compete, and he won the job.
Dribbler stays fair. 2 down. So 1 after the first pitch. Quick 2 outs. And here's a happy young man coming to the plate. And the leader of this ball club, J.P. Crawford. 5-year, you can hear him say thank you. 5-year, $51 million extension. His wife, Kathy here. And at a news conference talking to the Seattle media before the game. Said his life turned around since he's been in Seattle. He wants to be here. He loves it with the Mariners. Loves it in the city.
Definitely one of the leaders on the ball club now.
Yep. Said he was in a very dark place coming out of Philly. No offense to my hometown, but things hadn't worked out real well for him. He's come here, worked on a whole bunch of things. He's got stronger. He's hitting to all fields now. An elite defender. And he really...
Much better against left-handed pitching.
Oh,
now.
Absolutely. And Ryan Divish at the times did a nice job. He beat a lot of us to the question. With all the elite shortstops who are up as free agents coming into this season, Jerry Dipoto told him, "Hey man, you're the guy here." So we're not looking at Seager, Correa, who else? It was Simeon, Story.
There are a number of them out there.
And those guys were, all top shelf dudes. 2-1 to JP. 2 out, nobody on. 2-0 on a Mitch Haniger home run. First inning. Twins are playing him to pull. Urshela Baez is lonesome now. He's going to do a reset. Third baseman. Joe Ryan, 26 2/3 innings last year. 2-1 record of 4.05 ERA. And JP in his first at bat works a walk with 2 outs. Brings up Cal Raleigh doing the catching. Switch hitting catcher with some pop. How do you see his progression to this point?
I'll be curious to watch him offensively this year. I think last year he just had a lot on his plate trying to learn all the pitchers, and I think his catching was the priority for him. Switch hitter, has power from both sides of the plate.
See if JP steals more bases this year. Ryan 5 starts last year for the Twins. Finished in last place. And a tough Central Division headed by the Chicago White Sox. First pitch to Cal. In there for strike. Cal 47 games last year, hit a .180, 2 homers, 13 runs batted in. Swung the bat pretty well against spring training competition. Midfield pulled around to the right. Buxton straight away at center. Good looking day here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Man, the sky could not be any bluer. Modest lead by JP. Check swing, and that goes foul. This ballpark opened back in 2010. No more Hubert H. Humphrey of Metrodome. The baggy roof and the baggy out in the that were protecting the seats they would pull down when the Vikings teed it up. Got off the plane the other day. I was like, Joe Caput, quarterback for the Vikings, 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, this is a nice ballpark.
It was cold when we got here. We left. We lost at least 50 degrees coming from Arizona. It's one thing to talk about it. Then you get off the plane. We're a short walk to the bus. Coming down the plane and going, yeah. And none of us had overcoats on at that time. They've since been broken out. 2-2 to Cal. Hold the string very nicely. That'll do it for the Mariners in the second. 2-0 Seattle. A year to remember, 2021 Mitch Haniger. 39 big boy blasts.
And you can see his spray chart. Most of them out to left center field, and shouldn't be a surprise. The 2-run home run today out to left center field, his first of the year.
The QC tracer showing where that baby went. I'd like to see him dialed in immediately.
Yeah.
That's how you get things started. Robbie Ray, nice first inning, gave up a base hit to Correa. Proved to be harmless. He's got 5, 6, and 7 coming up. Miguel Sano. Last year when we saw the Twins, Sano and Nelson Cruz were back-to-back in that lineup. It's two large, really good dudes, but two of the largest dudes we've seen as a tandem in baseball.
Yeah, a lot of power.
So as you get off the bus, you're going, ooh, okay. He puts on a show during BP with his power to all fields.
Yes, he does.
Scott Service talking about Robbie Ray. Said his first bullpen, he was on another field, was making his way towards the bullpen, and he heard all this grunting. And then so he got there. Next thing you know, all the minor leaguers came over, and it was like he was putting on. You know, he became a showpiece.
Right.
Scott said he went up to Jerry DePoto's office. He says, "This freaking guy is really good. He is really impressive." The numbers last year were marvelous.
It throws a lot of strikes.
Sano, Kirilloff, and Sanchez here in the second inning.
He will also pitch inside and bury that slider.
Full count.
Right down the middle.
It's amazing, you know. You say right down the middle, and sometimes you think that's a pitch a guy's going to crush. A lot of times these guys are bad ball hitters, you know.
Right. That was elevated a little bit.
See what he comes back with. And holding on is Cal Raleigh. First strikeout as a Mariner for Robbie Ray.
Fastball 93 miles an hour at the top of the zone. And a late swing.
Wonderful year for Robbie. Blue Jays last season. 248 strikeouts.
And he is tough on left-handed hitters.
Oh, right? Alex Kirilloff, the left fielder. Last year, Mariners went 4-2 against Minnesota. Julio, no, it's going to be the right fielder, Haniger. 2 down. 2 outs here in the home second. Check out Mariners Flex membership. Sit in the bleachers on Friday, then snag tickets behind first base on Sunday. You know what? The best part? Save at least 10% or more on tickets to get priority access to the postseason and 2023 All-Star Week. Start making those summer plans at mariners.com/flex. Two outs. Here's Gary Sanchez, longtime Yankee catcher. 7 years with the Yankees, 2-time All-Star. Told that he has fit well into this new group. This one fouled straight back. Came over with Urshela in the deal that said Josh Donaldson and his $50 million left in his contract to the Yankees, along with Isaiah Kiner Falefa and Ben Rortveld. Story the other day, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is related to the great late Ralph Kiner. And one of his grandfathers and Ralph are related. So now to play. Great, getting after it.
Yep. 18 pitches, 15 strikes for him. A lot of fastballs first time through the lineup.
45 degrees, no long sleeves.
No.
Sanchez, a career 1 for 5. It was a home run. Struck out 3 times against Robbie Ray. 2 down. Ray ahead in the count. Fly ball left field, stand in the yard. Glasses on. Jesse Winker. He's there. 1, 2, 3 in the second. When we come back, top of the order for the Mariners in the third. They lead 2-0. Opening week is presented by FTX, the official crypto exchange of MLB. 45 degrees, blue skies, sunny, 17-mile-an-hour wind blowing out to right field. Your conditions. Mariners 2-0 lead on a Mitch Haniger home run. First inning. Top of the order, here's Adam Frazier. Second time around, infield pulled around to the right. Ground ball hit first base bag, and it looked like he may have beaten Big Sano to the bag. They reviewed it. They ruled that Sano won that race. This guy's a good player, good hitter.
We thought that maybe he missed the base.
Was traded late in the season from Pittsburgh to San Diego, and then Jerry Dipoto got him from the Padres. Padres last night, they had, who was it? Darvish had a no-no, took him out of the game. They get late in the game, they're up 2-0. They bring in a youngster. He walks 3, wild pitches a run in, and then a reliever came in, wild pitched another run, and then the Diamondbacks went on to win the ball game. Infield straight up now, 2-0, make that a 1-2 pitch.
And the shadow is becoming a problem.
I got here really early this morning. Man, it was almost like the sun was like right on top of the field. It was so bright. On 2 strikes. Top of the order for the Mariners, Frazier, France, and Winker against Joe Ryan. There's Buxton. Buxton, one of the bright players in the game, Mike, and here's a guy that
can do everything.
He's only played 100 games once in his career. 61 games last year. I was talking to their president of baseball ops and Rocco Baldelli in separate conversations, Derek Falvey. I said, did you tell him to avoid the walls?
Yeah, no kidding.
I had Torrey Hunter talk to him, and I mean, he's fearless. He can play. He's one of the center fielders. One guy I can think of real quick, the late Paul Blair, can play shallow and go back on the ball and get it. But he's like Junior. He's not afraid to run into the walls, but they're not making walls like somebody said. It's not like they got beanbags in those walls.
No. They'll do some damage. He's one of the best.
They want to keep him healthy, and they have, matter of fact, one of his incentives, he's going to get X amount of money for if he hits a certain number of plate appearances. And if he wins an award, you know, Gold Glove or Silver Slugger and any of that kind of stuff. Got a nice contract extension. Pay him about $100 million total.
Ty was hit on the elbow his first time up, right on the pad.
Scott Service in his 7th year finished second to Kevin Cash, American League Manager of the Year voting. I thought he was robbed. Cash does a real good job, but nobody was expecting a 90-win Mariner team last year.
I'd agree with you.
Joe Ryan getting a start here opening day. Three and one, even go to town on this pitch. Twins since 2002. 9 times in the playoffs, never reaching the American League Championship Series. And the bane of their existence, the Yankees, knocked them out 6 times in those 9 years. 9 years in the playoffs since 2002. Almost got hit there. Wow. Ties the board. Second walk.
And a fastball missing the spot. Right towards the top of the zone. Just missing it.
One out base runner brings up Jesse Winker. He flied out to left his first time up. Infield pulled around to the right. Buxton straight away. Straight up in right field. All one. Winker's out of Buffalo, New York, so this 46 degrees means nothing to him. He says, hey man, this is summertime in Buffalo. Big Bills fan. And a good run in Cincinnati. 305 last year, his best year in his career. 24 homers, 71 runs batted in. That will get out of play.
Will be fun to watch this lineup come together over the course of the summer.
Jesse got off to a sensational start last year. 370 in April, 330 in May, and then tailed off. He had an injury, shoulder problem, slowed him up. He did finish with a bang in August, hitting 371. It was limited to 1 game in September. Yankees and Red Sox getting after it. 10th inning. Feels like that game started 2 days ago and they're still playing. Good count for Winker. Mitch Haniger. He had the 2-run homer in the first inning. He's on deck. Field pulled around to the right. 3-1 pitch, 1 out, 1 on. Whoa, boy, that got up here in a hurry. Nobody got hurt. Scramble for the ball right in front of us. Good location here at Target Field, just right. Very similar to back home at T-Mobile Park, maybe a tad lower even that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And we will see the extreme when we go to Texas, I am told. The oxygen mask not quite required, but close. I drive down the right field line going foul. Boy, did he get into that?
And here you go, set up inside, right towards the top of the zone. Quick bat, get the barrel to it.
Pitch to Winker, and he's worked a walk. Back-to-back walks by Ryan. And it brings up a guy feeling real good about himself right now, Mitch Haniger, after the 2-run homer in the first inning.
39 home runs last year, and he doesn't miss it. Left center again. A lot of his home runs in left center last year. Gets the Mariners on the board in the first inning.
So another opportunity for Mitch. Pitching coach Wes Johnson out for a quick convo with his young right-hander. One of the things he probably said, try not to be middle into this guy.
Probably. Sure, he wants him to mix it up a little bit more too. Use his breaking ball and his changeup.
Buxton has moved back straight away for Haniger infield. And timeout granted. First pitch to Haniger with 2 on. And Correa backhands. They get the force there, and that's all they'll get. Nice play by the All-Star Carlos Correa. Runners at the corners. They get the force on Winker. Took a base hit away.
Yeah, probably cost him a run. Fine play, though.
So 2 down, brings up Suarez. Here's another look.
Thought maybe he was going to get through. Kind of rolled over on his wrist a little bit, and he seems to be fine. Big delivery, Supermo on the look.
Correa coming off his first Gold Glove campaign. Eugenio Suarez took a called 3rd strike. First time up. They overload the left side of the infield. I mentioned quite often during spring training, last 4 years since 18, nobody has more home runs than Gino Suarez. Fouled off. He's got 129 home runs since 2018. Nelly Cruz 126 and Nolan Arenado 121. Baseball wise, yesterday watching some of the highlights, it was great to see the ovation Albert Pujols got.
Yes, it was.
In St. Louis. He and Yadi Molina teeing it up for the last time. 1-1 pitch. Yadi threw out a base runner. Tyler O'Neill one time. Mariner had a home run, I think a couple other hits. Mariners knocking on the door here. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Mitch Haniger 2-run homer in the first. Robbie Ray has looked good in his first 2 innings. 1 strikeout, no runs, 1 hit. Pitch to Gino. Jam City. That goes foul.
And he breaks his bat.
Twins last year 73 and 89, 5th place in the Central. The Shy Sox, the White Sox wore them out, beat them 13 out of 19. The 2020 season, the COVID season, they made the playoffs and got knocked out in a wild card game by Houston. They've done a major retool, as we mentioned, retooling the last couple of weeks. 1-2 to Suarez. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 2 stranded. We go bottom 3. It'll be Jeffers, Kepler, and Buxton. 8, 9, and 1 coming up from Minnesota. All right, Tom, thank you very much. Good to hear your voice. Robbie Ray, first pitch to Ryan Jeffers, catcher batting in the 8-hole. Ball 1, Jeffers, Kepler, and Buxton 8, 9, and 1 coming up. So Jeffers did last year. Big catcher, 6'4", 235. He's out at the University of North Carolina at Wilmington, 2nd round pick. Twins back in 18.
First time that Ray has fallen behind a hitter.
2-0. 3-0. Robbie's 248 strikeouts, led the major leagues last season, so looking to regroup. Gets 8 8-hole hitting catcher. Given up 1 hit so far. Correa with a base hit to center, first inning. Yeah, it was not close. Which walk. Mariners Baseball is brought to you by First Tech Federal Credit Union. First Tech is your financial partner, investing in Mariners fans everywhere. By Emerald Queen Casino. Bet, watch, and win at the all-new EQC Sportsbook. Emerald Queen Casino, the betting capital of the Northwest. And by your local Ford dealer, home of the F-150, America's best-selling truck for 45 years. Max Kepler. Strike one. Kepler, as you might remember, born like you were in Germany.
Yep.
Born in Berlin, went to the JFK school in Berlin. Look out. Couldn't get that pitch to turn over. It's a breaking ball, and why everybody's so upset.
First couple of innings, it was nothing but strikes, and now here in the third, kind of losing the feel for it. Yeah, that just backed up. Didn't have a lot of bite to it.
Wasn't like it was the late great Don Drysdale looking to settle a score or anything. I mean, come on.
We'll turn the lineup over.
Brings up Buxton. Grounded out to Suarez to open up the home first. 2-0 in a Mitch Haniger first inning homer. He was looking to put him in front. Situational splits here for Mr. Ray.
Pretty good numbers. Runners in scoring position with 2 outs, next to nothing.
He's going against Byron Buxton, who had a sequence going late in spring training where he reached base with damage for about 8 consecutive at-bats. Robbie's got him 0-2.
A little better fastball at 94 miles an hour towards the top of the zone. A little bit higher if he wants, or bury the slider.
Buxton was the first-round pick, number 2, right behind Correa. So 0-2 with a couple of men aboard, a walk and a hit batter. Gone from last year's Twins team: Nelson Cruz, Josh Donaldson, Andrelton Simmons, Jay Happ, Michael Pineda, Alex Colomé, to name a few.
Good players.
Correa's on deck. The 0-2 to Bucks, inside, backed him off, 1-2. Fouled off. Robbie Ray, 6'2", 225 out of Brentwood, Tennessee, 12th round pick, Nationals 2010. Got to the bigs with Detroit in 2014, Arizona 15 through 19 season, an all-star in that 17 season where he went 15-5. It's foul ball. Real intense competitor. Marco Gonzalez is telling me off the field, real chill guy, he and his wife. Two couples have been out a few times. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Twins with 17 new players on this ball club, they said there's going to be a big get-together, big dinner. They have some off time in Boston. They're going to try to get to know you session and Robbie Ray got to know Buxton right there, striking him out. It's his second K, first out of the third.
Was having a tough time trying to bury the slider. Buxton was fouling it off. Then he went right back with the fastball up out of the zone, getting him to chase it. 92 miles an hour. And a good look at the four-seamer climbing the ladder on him.
So how about Correa? Signs that big contract. He's got an opt-out after the first and second years. Do you think he'll be here into year 2?
If they win, I think so.
He does like it here, he said. Full release swing right there, strike one. Good player. Career .268 hitter with 7 homers against the Mariners.
And quickly ahead.
So 0-2. That's Correa. He's got some really good pop. It's so used to seeing him with that Houston ball club. Mariners will see Houston soon enough. How about next Friday? Open up the home schedule against the Astros. Texas to follow, then Kansas City. 0-2 to Correa. .1, good number. 148 games. .2 to Correa, 2 on and 1 out. Comebacker. There's 1 and there's 2. A 1-4-3 double play. Robbie pumps his fist for good reason. When we come back, Mariners lead at 2-0. Jarred Kelenic will lead off. He's DHing today. Julio Rodriguez and J.P. Crawford coming up. Baseball is back, and now through April 11th, customers can score free MLB TV at T-Mobile.com/MLB. Pleasure to be back in your homes, everybody. Mariner Baseball, Dave Sims, Mike Blowers and Roots Sports crew. Guys are staying warm down there. It's not as cold as it was when we got here a couple of days ago. It's 46 degrees right now here in Minneapolis. Here's Jarred Kelenic, flied out to center. Shadows taking over. About a third of the infield right now. Kelenic fouls it back. To check out, see what they're using in the infield. It's a different color. It's like a, I don't know, between brown and gray, but it's not like what you have in the batter circle or the pitcher's mound. And there's the Shadows starting to take over. Long run for Urshela. Nice play. Long run on that foul ball. Good play. I think Julio Rodriguez is going to be looking to get his money's worth on this swing, this AB. Dribbled one about 6-7 feet up the third base line last time.
I think he'll stay aggressive. He gets a fastball that he likes. Mariners with just the one hit. It was a home run by Haniger. They've walked a few times, but just the one hit.
Joe Ryan, the starter. A rookie with limited action under his belt, and that one pulled foul. There's the Julio Rodriguez family, Dominican flag intact. That was some of the best video the other day when he was told 2 things. In the office with Scott and Justin Hollander, and 2, when he was on the phone with his mom and dad. First his mom. Angie had that on the pregame show. That was great stuff the other day. Swing and a miss. He's going to see a lot of that. If things work out, boy, if things work out for the Mariners, having Kelenic, Rodriguez, J.P. Crawford, bottom half of the order, good length as opposed to some of the stuff we saw last year.
Yeah, last year the offense was inconsistent. Really leaned on their pitching, especially the bullpen.
0-2 to Julio. Mariners hit 226. 30th in the bigs. Boy, they did so many other things well. Bullpen, late game situations, extra inning games, 1-run wins. 1-2 to Julio. Caught in between. Did he go? Yes, says Marty Foster. 2 down. 4th strikeout for Ryan.
We saw a number of off-speed pitches in the at-bat, including this last pitch, 80 miles an hour, not able to check his swing.
So when you get a heralded rookie like this, that's probably going to be something he'll see more often than not, correct?
Well, they figure that he can hit the fastball in, and especially a good fastball, so they'll try to find out how he handles the breaking ball and the changeup. It'll be part of the process.
J.P. Crawford walked at a 3-1 pitch, 2 outs in the second. Strikeout was number 4 for Ryan. He's walked 3. Inside corner. JP said, I've loved Seattle since the first time I put on that uniform. Came over from the Phillies. Coming over here, I was in a dark place. Underwent a lot of negativity, says it wears on you. But I got here and got out of it. Got out of that bad headspace, and a lot of it because of D. Gordon. His brother Nick is a reserve on this Minnesota team. So D taught me how to fun. He said, this is baseball. You've been doing this since you were 7 years old. Have fun. And he has done that. An elite defender and made himself a better hitter, too. 2-0 on the Haniger home run. Full count.
And he's in the lineup just about every day.
Tell you what, you almost need I don't know, you need a court ruling to get him out of the lineup.
Already a Gold Glove.
Another walk for JP. Today's SAP broadcast is brought to you by the Laborers Union, 47,000 strong in the Northwest. 4 walks, 4 strikeouts for Mr. Ryan. If Cal can do something, he struck out on a 2-2 pitch first time up.
Twins playing him to pull.
In on his fist, he fouls it back.
Scouting report on Joe Bryan is that he would pitch at the top of the zone, and we've seen that. Fastball right around 91 miles an hour. Starting to mix in the breaking ball and changeup a little bit more.
Sun, a factor for all the defenders except for the first baseman right now. Dribbler, that will work big time. Couple of them aboard for the Mariners. About that. Beats a shift.
Always nice to get that first hit out of the way. Here you go. Right off the end of the bat. Out in front of it, but he'll take it.
Top of the order. And Adam Frazier. His 3rd plate appearance. Ground out to first and a fly to center. First pitch. Well, that slipped out of his hand. You can see that. Adam Frazier, a Mississippi State Bulldog, even though he was born in the greater Athens, Georgia area. They didn't recruit me. Got recruited to Mississippi State. Had a fine career there. 7th year in the bigs. 1-1.
Twins bullpen starting to get loose.
Mr. Duran is starting to heat up. Johan Duran. 1-1. Going after him, 1-2. Correa out on the left side of the infield. That slap foul. He got it out of there. Keep the AB alive.
Yeah, just protecting borderline fastball.
Walking it. Dribbler up the third base line, beating the shift. Tough guy to strike out. Buxton giving chase to put it away. And that'll do it. Two stranded by the Mariners, 5 for the ball game, but they have a 2-0 lead. Enjoy Mariners baseball for just $10 throughout the season with Mariners value games. Plus, take advantage of the all-new value menu at every game, including hot dogs, nachos, refillable sodas, and more for just $3 each. The next value game is on April 16th, so book your seats at mariners.com/value. Robbie Ray in his Mariner debut, 2-0 lead thanks to Mitch Haniger's 2-run homer first inning. Robbie has struck out 2, walked 1, and hit a batter, giving up 1 hit. Base hit in the first inning to Carlos Correa. Double play got him out of trouble in the third. He's got 3, 4, and 5 coming up for a Polanco. In fact, it was Robbie that started the double play. It was a 1-4-3. Polanco flied to center first time. He did go as his home plate umpire, Ron Culpa.
Not able to lay out the slider. Good shape with his pitch count, 38 pitches.
And Scott said he could be up around 100 today.
Right.
89 in his last outing. Ground ball. JP. One away. Let's revisit back in 09, a visit we had at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome. How about this? Goody making a catch.
Covering a lot of ground.
Goody.
Terrific center fielder.
Loved watching him play. Jared Washburn, but the big story, Ken Griffey Jr. was back and boom. Home run for Jr. And he had huge numbers at the Metrodome. And that was his final full campaign. He started the next season 10. Played a couple of weeks, and I think the next thing we knew, Shannon Drayer said she was talking to him. He was on the phone in Montana driving home. Fly ball left field and deep. Winker going back, looking up. It's gone. Gio Urshela with the home run. With the Twins on the board. He reached out and touched it up.
Like an off-speed pitch down. He was able to stay with it. Good delivery, Supermo. Yep, there's the breaking ball slider. Wanted it in off the plate, missed his spot.
Urshela, best home run year, 21 homers with the Yankees in 2019. Here's Sano. There you go, 112 hits for Gio. Was a good third base. Sano struck out on a 3-2 pitch, got him swinging, leading off the second. Gio Urshela's first hit is a Minnesota Twin. One away, a run in here in the fourth. 2-1. So 3-1 with Alex Kirilloff, the left fielder, on deck. Career best last year. He put up some numbers last season. Got that well-placed 93 by Sano, full count. Pay it off here. Mile high pop. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Adam Frazier. Talk a lot about his hitting. He's a good fielder too.
Nice job staying with it. Going to shallow center field.
2 out, a run in. Kirilloff, the hitter, flied out to right. Everybody in the American League Central chasing the White Sox. Yoan Moncada is out with an injury for a long stretch of time for the White Sox. They got some lineup over there. We'll see. Matter of fact, that's our next stop. We're here through Monday, then go to Chicago. Maybe we'll be graced with maybe a little warmer temperatures, but that is a good-looking ball club. Champions in the Central Division last year.
Tough lineup to deal with. Deep lineup.
Kirilloff, 2 hole, was 18 consecutive. Wow. Been a tough go. It's a franchise that won the 87 and 91 World Series. It's 2 outstanding series, too. Foul back. Get the Cardinals 87, Braves in 91. Good teams there, boy. Their manager, Tom Kelly, didn't get a chance to speak with him, but saw him downstairs before the game.
Nice here, right?
Hoping to see Jim Cott and Tony Oliva before we leave town. Maybe even, hopefully, we'll see him here today. 0-2, Kirilloff with 2 outs. There you go, no.
Bullpen for the Twins still busy. Might be it for Joe Ryan. That's starting the game.
Twins won the division in 2020 and they won it in 2019. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, got him. That'll do it. Twins get a run on the homer by Urshela. They got a 2-1 ball game. Mariners in front. Bottom of the 5th is brought to you by Cocoa Bomb Chocolate Whiskey from Heritage Distilling Company. Less swiping, more sipping. The late, great Prince used to play right there, right around the corner from this ballpark. As we look at the scoreboard telling us a 2-1 Mariner lead. Mitch Haniger, first inning, 2-run homer. Hey, Root Sports is looking for the ultimate fan in the state of Oregon throughout the month of April. Send us your photo and story at rootsports.com/ultimate-fan. You can win a VIP trip for Fan Appreciation Night. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. Yohan Duran, new pitcher for the Twins. He's going to get 2, 3, 4 in the order. Ty France, Jesse Winker, and Mitch Haniger.
The mid-upper 90s with a slider and a changeup.
Ty hit by a pitch, run scored, and a walk. He was aboard when Haniger went deep. Duran out of Esperanza, the Dominican Republic, 0-1 here. Swing and a miss.
99.
Yohan Duran. Got 5 spring training games. Total of 7 innings. There you go, base hit, right field. Good start from the Mariner 5th. Good 2-strike hitting by Ty France. Got that pitch away from him. Drilled it.
Yeah, 101 miles an hour. He stays with it. All right, on the outside corner. Ty was so consistent last year. 2 strikes, let it travel a little bit more. Pick up a base hit.
So here's a board for Jesse Winker. Winker flied out to left and walked. Ball 1 to Jess.
Joe Ryan getting the start. His first opener, just 5 starts all of last year, but 4 innings, a couple of hits. 2-run home run from Haniger. Ended up hurting him 70 pitches.
Managers in cold weather games in the northern climes are going to really be protective. Line drive center field, base hit. Ty France will stop right there at second. Nice setup for Mitch Haniger. First Mariner base knock for Jesse Winker. It was a bullet.
Yep, able to square up a fastball 94 miles an hour, pretty much middle.
Head right on it, hit it hard.
That's a good sign to see him start to sting the ball like that. Here's Haniger. 2-run homer, first inning, deep left center field. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. And a wild pitch. Runners move up.
And for Mitch, his first home run of the year. EQC Tracer. 411 feet. Infield is in.
1-0 pitch coming to Haniger. There's a strike, 1-1. Duran, AAA St. Paul last year, 0-3 with a 5.06 ERA in 5 games. Like so many guys who missed the 2020 season. The COVID situation. Oh, big hack. Came up empty, 1-2. Eugenio Suarez is on deck. Catch a break here with now the pitcher and the batter in the shadow.
Yeah, much easier now.
1-2. And down goes Haniger. Big out, first strikeout for Duran.
Well, he hit 100 miles an hour on him a couple of times, including the elevated fastball to get the strikeout.
Whew, that hit run. There's Suarez looking to get off the schneid here. Struck out looking and swinging 0 for 2.
Twins will keep the infield in.
Strike 1 to Gino. Heard from so many people that ask about the Mariner Ball Club. I said, man, did you guys do a good job getting this guy and Winker add to your lineup?
And Frazier.
And Frazier.
Yep.
But a lot of them are talking about just that one move and that one fell swoop. Boom, you got these two guys. Really impressive. 0-2. Swing and a miss. He's having a tough day. 3 Ks. Second one, swinging. 2 down.
Again, 100 miles an hour with some run to it. He is throwing hard.
.46 degrees hand-wise. What are we talking about here? As a hitter?
Not too bad right now. Yesterday would have been a different game.
Oh, you would have been in trouble yesterday.
Yeah.
36 degrees with wind and snow flurries about 3-4 times a day. Swing and a miss by Kelenic. Kelenic flied out the center and fouled one. A long run by Urshela, the third baseman, to record the out leading off in the fourth. When we were here in 2018, remember game 1 we played, it was 28 degrees. I think that, and that was at the Paxton Eagle game, I believe it was. JK coming up empty right there.
28 degrees. That's a different game altogether. Tough for the hitters.
Old school Minnesota Viking days. That's very warm. 28. Kelenic trying to come through behind an 0-2 hole.
Good swing. Like maybe he shortened up a little bit on that swing. 100 miles an hour in the middle of the plate. Fouling it straight back.
What jumped out at you with his spring?
Kelenic. I just liked his attitude more than anything. I think, a lot of people are wondering about him because of the struggles that he went through last year, but it didn't seem to shake him at all.
0-2 with 2 out, 2 on, 2-1 Mariners. Ooh. Looks at a called third strike, stranding 2, bottom 5, coming up 2-1 Mariners. How about this Duran kid? He gives up a couple of base hits and then strikes out the side.
Yeah, my scouting report was that he could touch 100, and we saw that a number of times. Didn't know that he had so much run on his fastball. That started on the outside corner in the middle of the plate, but again, 101. He was really rushing it up there. EQC Tracer. Pretty good breaking ball right there, too, after a couple of fastballs, upper 90s.
Robbie Ray has a Mitch Haniger on his side. Of Mitch Haniger home run, 2-run shot first inning. Gave up a Urshela home run in the fourth. Major League pop-up. Who's going to get it? Ty France. Hang with it. Gary Sanchez, big out right there. 1 down.
Good shape for this pitch count. Just 53 pitches. Working here in the 5th. Quick out.
Hey, tell me this with, you got a windy day. It's blowing out hard to right. You got a big league pop-up like that. I mean, is it as bad as Arizona when we were talking about it last week?
No, I don't think it's. Arizona's tough.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
and
like,
it's not that bad as long as you're coming in. If it's over your head and you're going back, then it becomes a problem.
right. But he had it in front of him the entire time.
He was in good shape.
We don't have Ryan Jeffers, the batter. Boy, Arizona, that was an adventure,
Yes.
especially that first week. Jeffers' second time up, he walked back in the 3rd. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Mariners. They've left 7. Run on 2 hits, no errors for Minnesota. 2 left on base. Winker not going to be able to get it. Played on the bounce. It's a good job getting it in quickly. Base hit for Jeffers. Let's check in with Tom Glasgow. Tommy. We're going old school with Zorro. Wow. Those of us of a certain age remember Guy Williams as Zorro. Going way back. in tight to Kepler. Hit by a pitch. Breaking ball hit him in the shoulder. First time up.
See if he can get another double play ball. Helped himself out back in the third, a 1-4-3 double play.
All right, the situation that we have here, where you got JP and Gino in the sun, looking into the shade. How's the sight lines?
It's not a problem.
Not a problem.
No.
Counts 1-1, 1 out, 1 on. Pitch here to Kepler.
Maybe a little bit to Gino just because he's so close to the shadow. JP's back far enough that he can make the adjustment.
And the outfield still in shadow as the shadows make its way, coming right to left on your TV screen from first base side. Lost a little feel here. 9-hole hitter Kepler.
We saw a little bit of that back in the third when he walked a batter and then hit the next batter, the backup breaking ball.
Kepler, 211 hitter last year. Had a big campaign in 19 at 36 homers, 90 runs batted in, hitting .252. And more trouble.
And it turns the lineup over.
So second walk issued by Ray. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Infielder's gone in, just a mental blow as much as anything. How are we going to turn this double play? Good hitter and Byron Buxton coming up. He's 0 for 2, ground out the third and a strikeout. Mike mentioned a third inning double play got Robbie out of trouble. See if he can do it again. Buxton, a do-it-all player. His whole career is about staying healthy. Oh boy, good swing. Strike one. Now 28 years old, out of Baxley, Georgia, first-round pick. Number 2, 1 pick behind Carlos Correa. Now teammates. Boy, he took a lot off of that. Well done.
A slider right under his hands. The way that he runs, it'll be difficult to double him up.
We've seen some fast dudes over the years. This is maybe a top 3 guy.
He's right there, yeah.
He's got him 0-2. Struck him out. Big K for Robbie Ray. It's his 4th strikeout, 2 outs here in the 5th.
And what an advantage when you have swing and miss type of stuff. Led the American League with 248 strikeouts last year. There you go, just buries that down and in. You'll see that a lot to the right-handed hitters. Big delivery, Supermo, slider down out of the strike zone. Well done.
Threw that with tremendous conviction. Still not out of the woods. Here's Correa, base hit, the first base hit for the Twins back in the first, and hit into that aforementioned 1-4-3 double play in the third. Infield straight up. JP, Gino, and Adam all in the sun, as are the outfielders. Count evens at 1-1. Six-year deal, $35 million per. Opt-out opportunity after year 1 and year 2 for Carlos Correa. Happy opening day, everybody, wherever you're watching us from. I know we hear from a lot of folks watching on the multiple ways you can watch MLB from not only the great Pacific Northwest, but Midwest, Southeast, the Northeast. Glad to have you with us. Runners at first and second, a 1-1 pitch to Correa. Runners no advance. 1-2. Jeffers at second, Kepler at first. And Robbie Ray a strike away from ending this Twins' 5th inning threat.
And a couple of times that he's been in trouble in this ball game, he's really gone to the slider.
They go back foot him here. Back foot slider.
Why not double up on it, right?
1-2 pitch. Got it up in the air. Here comes Julio. Routine play. Inning over. Robbie Ray. Yeah, punching that glove. He pitched out of some trouble. Thank you, Julio, as he touches up his chest. Let's take a look at the FUBU TV Mariners calendar. And here we go. We got the Twins will be here through Monday, then trek down to Chicago, and then the home opener, a sellout, 15 April. Looking forward to seeing you at T-Mobile Park. See you at the Yard. 3-game set with them, Texas and Kansas City to follow. And when we get back, it'll be we and Julio down at the old ball yard. Julio Rodriguez going to lead off here.
0 for 2.
Breaking ball, check swing last time up, a strikeout victim. First time up, second inning. A little squibber off the end of his bat. Tried to check his swing again. You can see pitch com. Ryan Jeffers going through with that. First pitch down low. I'm still trying to find out. Tom Murphy, I've been talking to Tom a lot about the pitch com where you got the computer deal on. They have a little module on the catcher's wrist, headphone in the cap of the pitcher, and 3 other players, usually infielders. But I want to know whose voice it's in. I would say I would like, and I heard Dan Patrick and the boys kicking that around, and they said you'd like to have Morgan Freeman, James Earl Jones.
That all sounds good.
And of course, Dan had a couple of laughs. There's a good look at it. You can get it in Spanish, I'm told. 1 and 2. And Dan, of course, made fun. He says, "You're not throwing the ball over the plate." Skip is coming to get you. So I like the fact that you can program it for your specific needs, and Julio takes a called third strike. 0 for 3 day in his debut. That is 4 consecutive strikeouts for Duran.
And he has it all working right now. We've seen 100 miles an hour from him. Now he has a feel for his breaking ball and changeup. That is right on the corner at 86 miles an hour.
J.P. Crawford, he's twice walked. Got service said during spring training, as he pretty much always does. He stands next to Pete Woodworth, pitching coach. Pete had the little hearing piece attached to his brim, and he heard fastball. And Scott said, "A little bit too loud. Can you turn it down a little bit?" You don't want anybody picking this off. Come on. JP is retired. Immortalize a Hall of Famer in your home with an Edgar replica statue. Come out on Saturday, April 23rd. First pitch is at 6:10. Make sure you're one of the first 20,000 fans through the gate. So You can head home with this special item honoring the Mariners legend. Lock in your tickets at Mariners.com. Great seeing Edgar for a short spell down in Arizona at spring training. And before long, Mike, I want to test that baby out, see what it sounds like. But Luis Torrens,
I'm with you on that.
Luis Torrens gives it his full-throated endorsement, as does Murph. Paul Sewald really liked it. And everybody talked about, hey, it's going to pick up the pace of the game, which I think nobody has a problem with that.
No, I agree. Cal with a base hit his last time up, 1 for 2.
Pulled around to the right. There's the infield. Strikeout and a little dribble, beating the shift. They got the shift on again for Cal. Mariners carrying 3 catchers: Cal, Tom Murphy, Luis Torrens. And Cal's aboard. Walk by Duran. Top of the order, get back to Adam Frazier.
And we'll see how Scott manages the 3 catchers. Torrens ended up doing a lot of DHing last year.
Look at this. Mariners right behind the New York Metropolitans. Highest winning percentage on opening day. Josh Donaldson had a walk-off for the Yankees. A long game against Boston that ended about a half hour or so ago. Donaldson, the Twins last year. And they were glad to get the $50 million off their books. Mr. Donaldson. Infield pulled around to the right again. Here's Frazier looking at ball 2-2-0.
Meeting on the mound, trying to buy some time. Right-hander just starting to get loose out in the pen for the Twins.
It's Wes Johnson, pitching coach. And number 66, Jorge Alcala. Mitch Haniger, 2-run homer in the first inning. Since then, the Mariners have stranded 7 runners. They have 1 aboard here, 2 outs in the 6th. Urshela, solo home run, 4th inning for Minnesota. Twins have stranded 4. Robbie Ray's pitched out of trouble a couple of times. Frazier heading to count 2-0.
Yeah, I have the Mariners 0 for 6 runners in scoring position. Couple of runs on 4 hits.
Cal not a running threat at first, modest lead, and a bouncing ball to Urshela. Goes over in time, and that will do it for the Mariners in the 6th. Now it's time for the Snoqualmie Casino Hydro Challenge. Which boat do you think will win? For an exciting NHL matchup, Seattle Kraken host the Calgary Flames. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. Pacific. Don't miss the final month of the Seattle Kraken's inaugural season. Looking forward to getting to a game. One of the last games once we get back to Seattle. 3, 4, and 5 coming up here. Robbie Ray will face Jorge Polanco, Gio Urshela, and Miguel Sano. Three defenders left side of the infield. Robbie Ray today has struck out 5, make that 4. And he's walked a couple. He's 3-0 here to Polanco. Back with a strike. Polanco 269 last year. Played a lot of games. He was one of these guys that posted 152 games. Robbie's very much back in the count, 3-2. So Polanco's aboard. That is the third walk.
Yeah, Robbie won't be happy about that, especially leading this inning off.
Well, here's Urshela. Urshela took him deep. Fourth inning. Off-speed pitch hit into the lower left field stands.
That was a slider at the bottom of the zone in the middle of the plate.
Chance for two. Frazier to Jay Payne. There you go. 4-6-3. That's big.
That second double play turn by the Mariners. This one here, pretty routine. He ends up jamming him, so it's an easy ground ball to field. An easy turn.
Pitcher's best friend, 2 outs, brings up Miguel Sano. Robbie with 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Giving up a run on 3 hits.
And that's pitch count still in good shape too at 76.
Is that a play? First of a 4-game series to open up the season. Play here in Minneapolis, Target Field. Logan Gilbert goes against Sonny Gray tomorrow, 11:10 Pacific time. Sunday, Marco Gonzalez against Bailey Ober. Monday, a 4:40 start time, Pacific time, Chris Flexen against veteran right-hander Dylan Bundy. One and two.
Of course, no, all 3 at bats, he's pitched him inside. Trying to stay in on his hands.
Fouled that off his foot. I heard him. Made a noise there. It sounded like either that, he was very frustrated with himself. Robbie pitching here in the 6th. Pitch count, good shape. He's ahead of Sano, 2 out, nobody on. Two balls, 2 strikes. Two to Miguel Sano. Just missed up top. Full count. Left fielder Alex Kirilloff is on deck. Double play, a good friend of Robbie Ray today. Once again here in the 6th, trying to put Sano away. 3-2. Inside, says Ron Culpa. Another walk, 4th. 4 Ks, 4 walks.
Well, he knew if he was going to make a mistake, it was going to be in off the plate, not in the middle of the plate, trying to protect a 1-run lead. Ended up losing him.
Kirilloff fly to right and struck out. Interesting note there. First 2 times a $180, third time 302 batting average against. I know you said it. I talked to Jerry Dipoto about it. Nolan Ryan, premier grunter of his time.
Yes.
Anybody else in that category?
Robbie's right there.
Certainly in contemporary times, there's no doubt about that. I was wondering if there's anybody else.
Nolan's about the only one that I can think of that would consistently do it. I mean, every now and then Randy, when he wanted to reach back, but not all the time, like Robbie Ray does.
2 out, tying run at first. Robbie's got Kirilloff 0-2. Is that a play? First inning, Mitch Haniger home run. Mariners 2-0 lead early on. Gio Urshela 4th inning, a home run. Make it 2-1, and that's where we stand right now. Mariners are stranded 8-4 for Minnesota. Grunting reminds me of watching weightlifting competitions.
Greinke. Is that
Good
Greinke?
call.
Yeah.
Good pull right there. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Robbie Ray pitches out of trouble again. It's his 5th strikeout. He did walk 2 this inning, but it did not hurt him. 2-1 Mariners. Northwest Chevy driving the game, and Robbie Ray through 6. Nice performance here, Mike.
Topped out at 94 miles an hour. We've seen the slider from him. Helped himself out with a double play right here. A couple of double plays in the ball game. We're used to seeing him strike hitters out. There's a good fastball in the outside corner. And then another double play. This fairly routine double play to help himself out. And then the strikeout to get out of the inning.
So here's a look at what Robbie's done, what he's accumulated through 6.
There you go, 5 strikeouts. He won't be happy with the 4 walks. He'll clean that up, though. 87 pitches overall. Nobody getting loose in the pen, so he might try to get 1 more inning out of him.
Yohan Duran has been lifted for Minnesota.
Threw the ball well. 4 strikeouts in 2 innings.
Jorge Alcala.
Another hard-throwing right-hander. He'll be in the mid-90s, mid to upper 90s with a slider and a changeup. His numbers from last year.
Jorge will get Ty France, Jesse Winker, and Mitch Haniger. 7th inning. Up high, ball 1. Base hit to right field on an 0-2 pitch back in the 5th. Ty had reached base in the 1st inning, hit by a pitch, scored on the Haniger home run, walked in the 3rd. Alcala is out of the Dominican Republic, 26 years old, 6'3", 205. 59 games with the Twins last year, 3-6. 3.92 ERA. Up and in. He had 61 strikeouts, 13 walks in 59 innings. Deliberate worker, huh? Must be using alternate. There you go. He's using the pitch to come. That's outside.
Let's see if Ty can get a fastball here on a 3-1 count.
Backing away, so Ty's aboard for the 4th time. Here's Tom Glasgow. Tom, what do you have? All right, Tom, thank you very much. Jesse Winker with a solid base hit to center back in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 2 with a walk.
Playing into pull on the infield, straight up in the outfield and deep.
Winker wore the number 33 in Cincinnati. He's wearing number 27 because that is the date of his daughter's birth, May 27. Did not go as they check with Carlos Torres. Winker remind you of anybody you played with or against? Hitting style talking about.
Yeah, pretty upright, really. A little bit open. I think it's somebody that holds their hands in the same spot.
1-2. We won't play the Jeopardy theme for you.
I'm working on it.
1-2 strikes. Jesse's got another hit. Nice knock there. So the Mariners make a little noise here in the 7th. Up 2-1, got 2 on. The MLB Ballpark app is going to complete your next visit to T-Mobile Park. Buy and manage game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and much more. So download the MLB Ballpark app today. Another opportunity for Mitch Haniger. 2-run homer in the 1st, reaching on a fielder's choice in the 3rd, and Cade with a couple of men on in the 5th. Ball 1.
Need to take advantage of this situation, especially since you're getting later. The Mariners 0 for 6, runners in scoring position.
Two runs, 5 hits, left 8 on. Urshela go around the horn. To 3rd goes France.
And Mitch out in front of a breaking ball, looked like. Yeah, routine ground ball to 3rd, an easy turn.
Two outs, runner at 3rd. Suarez has struck out 3 times, looking, swinging, and swinging. It's out of play. Unique hairstyle, did it before spring training. One half blonde, the other half black. Wind blowing in hard from left field. It's calmed down in terms of what it was doing going towards right field early in the ballgame. Fly ball. Left fielder coming on. Makes the play. Mariners leave a runner on. The Mariners have left 9 men aboard. Bottom of the 7th. We'll keep it right here for God Bless America here on opening day 2022. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to play Washington's lottery. When you play, all of Washington wins. In fact, over the last 10 years, more than $1.2 billion have been contributed to education. Statue of Hall of Famer, the great Rod Carew. I was hoping Rod would be here. I was told that, as you know, he had a heart transplant a couple years ago of a 27-year-old Swedish soccer player and a new kidney, and his doctor told him to limit your traveling. So hopefully we'll catch up to him when we get to Anaheim. Here's Robbie Ray facing bottom third of the order. Sanchez, first pitch swinging again and fouls it off. Gary coming over from the Yankees is 0 for 2 today. Fly to left and popped out to first. 7-8-9 coming up here for Robbie Ray.
Castillo getting loose in the Mariner pen.
Go Castillo. Mariners really like their bullpen.
For good reason.
Yeah, for good reason. Right.
It's a real strength of this club last year. When you think about them winning 90 games. Bullpen, big part of that.
1-2 to Sanchez. (11:10) first pitch Pacific time tomorrow. Game 2 of the series. Ground ball, Sanchez. One away. So 1 out here in the Twins' home 7th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. We got Angie Mentink here with us. Brad Adam, Tom Glasgow, Ryan Roland Smith, Bill Kruger back at HQ in Bellevue. Center field at Julio. 2 down.
Ball looked like it was knuckling a little bit.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, we have a perfect vantage point right behind home plate. We're pretty much right in line with Julio. Max Kepler. Well, if he can get, Robbie can get him 7 strong.
Yep.
Their first outing of 2022 is going to really feel good and look good on the board. Kepler hit by a pitch and a walk. Seems to be working quite well with Cal Raleigh on the plate. There's a strike on the swing, says Ron Culpa.
Probably his last hitter.
He's coming up in the magic number, triple digits. Castillo at the ready. Well, he Doesn't want Scott to come get him. He wants to finish it himself.
That's exactly right.
It looked like he had a little more oomph on that last one. Infield pulled around to the right. It's hanging up. Long run, Julio. Shielding. He's there. 7 strong innings. Robbie Ray, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks. Leaves with a 2-1 advantage. Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Try the new popcorn chicken combos for $6.49. Get it classic, spicy, or 50-50. And by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi, unbeatable internet, only from Xfinity. Beautiful day here, Target Field. A few minutes ago, Robbie Ray walked off the mound getting hugs from the skipper. He pitched a whale of a ball game, pitched out of trouble. And you bring over a stud, reigning Cy Young Award winner. Great to see him get out of the box strong, Mike, and waving to family and friends.
Yep.
Reason to be proud. Good stuff.
Just
Good
3
work.
hits. Yeah, he really threw the ball well today. He was aggressive inside with his fastball. 92-94. And then he had the good slider also.
Matt Brash next to him. See Matt in Chicago. There's Jared Kelnick leading off. 6, 7, and 8 coming up. Danny Colon, the new pitcher for the Twins. First pitch strike to Kelnick. 0 for 3, fly to center. Long foul out, run down by third baseman Urshela, and a strikeout looking. Good take there by Kelnick.
Paul Sewald getting loose for the Mariners. He'll pitch the 8th.
Field put around to the right for Jake Kay. Speed pitch. Ball 2 strikes. 2-run homer Mitch Haniger first inning. And Urshela home run 4th inning for the Tallies this afternoon. Colon has one funky windup as J.K. swings through. And there's one down. So one away brings up Julio Rodriguez. Seen a lot of off-speed stuff. Probably see more of same from Colon in his 3rd year with Minnesota. He's also been with the Dodgers in Oakland.
Paul Sewald will get the top of the lineup for the Twins. Typical Scott Service using him in a high leverage situation.
He's going to get the top of the order in the 8th. Julio looking for his first big league hit. Big league debut today. And they're just hoping to absolutely go nuts if he gets a base knock here. Play him straight up, infield and outfield. Slicing drive, right field. Kepler for the catch. 2 outs. Listen to, I don't speak Spanish, but when Tim Walsh, our social media guru, recorded the conversation he had with his mom, you didn't have to understand Spanish to hear the joy and the glee, and it was almost like she didn't believe it. And Julio kept saying, yeah, it's true, I made the club. There's JP, 2 walks and a comebacker to the pitcher, strike 1. 5-year, $51 million extension announced earlier today.
I mentioned it earlier in the game how much he improved against left-handers last year. Typically he'll hit the ball the other way against him.
Good breaking ball, 0-2.
We'll have to work now.
0-2 to JP. Colon, what an inning. Strikeout, an easy fly ball. 1-2-3 go the Mariners. Paul Sewald takes over. Top of the eighth, bottom of the eighth. The top of the order coming up. Mariners baseball is brought to you by Virginia Mason Franciscan Health, the Mariners' official partner in health, keeping the Northwest healthy at vmfh.org. And by Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza. Order today at papamurphys.com. You want to talk about one of the great players in Twins history, the great Kirby, the late great Kirby Puckett. It was after that home run. Jack Buck said, we'll see you tomorrow night. 2-1 lead for the Mariners. Robbie Ray, strong performance today.
7 innings, just 3 hits. The one run, a solo home run, 96 pitches, 63 strikes for him today. Also had 5 strikeouts. Overall, I think he'll be happy. Paul Sewald will take over for the Mariners.
The ball got away from the bullpen. That's what we're waiting for. That's the holdup. Julio just threw it back in.
Paul's fastball will be in the low 90s. Typically, he's at the top of the zone. Has a pretty good ride to it. Then that slider off the plate away to the right-handers.
Byron Buxton 0 for 3, a ground out, 2 strikeouts. And time now for Beacon Plumbing. Call to the pen.
What a year last year. ERA just over 3. Opponent's hitting just 175 against him. 11 saves.
High target by Cal. Got him at chase. Keep this guy off the base paths. One of the fastest guys we have in the game. Sewald, a revelation last year. 62 games, 10-3 record.
Correa will be next.
Buxton, Correa, Polanco, 2-1 count. Three hits for the Twins. Correa has one of them, the first one, in fact. Two and two.
Yeah, pretty good fastball at 94. Last year his average was 92.
Paul, one of several Mariner bullpen guys, really likes the pitch com. It's a pop up in the infield. JP. Wow, did the wind take that or what? Here's how the rest of the series looks. Gilbert against Gray, Gonzalez against Ober, Flexen against Bundy. Note your start times, all Pacific time. It's off. It's south and east of here to the great city of Chicago, city of broad shoulders. Here's Correa. Oh, he's right. Ball one.
That'll keep you loose.
A cold day. 1-0 pitch. Rod Culp sit just a little bit outside. 2-0.
Looked like a pretty good pitch. Could have gone either way.
Sewald coming over after some struggles with the New York Mets. And analytics department said, you know what, if you live up top of the zone, you're going to be okay. And he rode with it, and big success last year. Mike 10-2, 62 games, 3.06 ERA.
We mentioned it throughout the game. Mariners winning 90 games last year, and he was a big part of that. Typically, he would get the toughest part of the lineup, too.
3-1. He does not want to walk him. Jorge Polanco's on deck.
Another good pitch at the top of the zone. Didn't get the call.
Three-one pitch. Swing and a miss. Good break. Wow.
Yeah, Correa guessing that he was going to get the fastball. Said it was a slider down and away. So he took a chance in a 3-1 count and came up empty.
Important pitch right here. 3-2, 1 out here in the 8th. 2-1 Mariners. In on his hands. Suarez on the run. 2 down.
Sounded like a broken bat. And off the plate. Gets him to swing at it.
Here's Polanco. Fly to center. Ground out to short and a walk. There you go. Big number. Big number. Leads the major leagues last year. Shift on. 3 defenders right side. Here's strike 1. Winker battling the sun. He's there, and Sewald throws a 1-2-3 8th. Well done. When we return, it'll be 9-1-2 coming up. Cal Raleigh, Adam Frazier, Ty France. And the Mariners are celebrating 2022 in style. Each Row Hall of Fame weekend in August. How about this? 7 fireworks nights and top-tier matchups against the Phillies, Red Sox, Yankees, and Braves. T-Mobile Park. And it's going to be electric all year long. So get your tickets today at Mariners.com. Smiles in that dugout there. Paul Sewald to hug Luis Torrens. Paulie with a 1-2-3 8th. See if the Mariners can get a little separation here. 2-1. Seattle leads. Here's Cal Raleigh. Cal with an infield base hit. 1 for 2 with a walk. Not go. Ball 1.
Starts him with a changeup. Nice job laying off of it.
Mariners would like to, as we move forward, be able to capitalize a little bit more on opportunities. They've left 9 men aboard today.
0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. So they'll have to do a better job of that. Missed it, the 2 runs on a 2-run homer by Haniger in the first.
Ty France was aboard. He'd been hit by a pitch. It came with 2 outs. Here's Cal fouling one off.
Looks like Steckenrider will pitch the 9th.
There's some discussions about guys who have that bowling ball fastball. I think he's in that.
He's
group.
in there. Yep. You betcha.
Two and 1 to Cal. Three and 1 with Adam Frazier on deck. Here comes the 3-1. And Cal's aboard. 3rd time Cal's aboard. It sounds like the Twins dugout not into that call at all. Colon with his first walk after going 1-2-3 in the 8th. So Here's Adam Frazier back to the top of the order. 5th plate appearance for him. Looking for that first Mariner base hit. First base hit as a Mariner. Looking at the bottom of the 9th for Minnesota, middle of the order, Urshela, Sano, and Kirilloff. Strike one.
Thought we might see a pinch runner, but Scott not making the change yet.
The extra players: Toro, Moore, Torrens, and Murphy. Toro to switch hitter. Everybody else a right-hander. $28 men on the roster until May 1, then back to 26. If he shoots something left center field, he can run for a long time. One and two. Danny Colomb, the 3rd man out of the pen. Joe Ryan started, went 4 innings, a 2-hit, 2-run ball, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. There we go, 1-2. Little broken bat, Loper. Nice play, Correa.
He timed it perfectly. So many times when you hit it out the end of the bat like that, you'll jump a little bit early. He was able to time it. Take a possible base hit away. Perfect.
Tell you what, 6'3" shortstop.
Well, and Correa was on the other side of the infield until the second strike came. Then they moved him over, and that's exactly where he hit it.
Here's Ty France, hit by a pitch, walked twice. He's got a base hit back in the 5th. Breaking ball for strike. Cal Raleigh walked. He's aboard. 1 out. Julio Rodriguez's big league debut today. 0 for 4, a couple of strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. A couple of hits for Jesse Winker. Tie behind here, 1 and 2. Duran came on to relieve Ryan. He went 2 scoreless innings. Alcala went scoreless inning. Now Colomb in his 2nd inning. Strike 3 called. 2 outs. It's his 3rd strikeout.
Yeah, for Ty, I don't think he could pick the ball up because it's not like him not to at least get a swing in, and he didn't. A couple of change-ups and then the breaking ball right there at 80 miles an hour.
Bring up Jesse Winker. He would love to get a knock against a left-hand pitcher right now. Move that runner along. Career 185. Batter against lefties, 321 against righties in his career.
He's had a good day so far.
Yes, he has. Base hit he got in the 5th was hit hard. Center field. Two outs. Cal Raleigh at first. 2-1 Mariners, top of the 9th. Just got a battle here behind 0-2. Pretty good road splits last year, or career-wise, I should say, for Winker. 298 at home and 287 on the road. It's 0-2 here. Did not go. This is Carlos Torres. Another one-run Mariner ball game. 52 of them last year. 1-2. Long run for Shella and the catcher. Shella's got a better angle. Almost got it. That was a long run.
It looked like he had a tough time picking it up at the last minute. Towering pop-up. And you're right, he had to cover some ground. Goes right off the end of his glove.
Well, kudos for getting that close to it. Because you're running out, you get on the warning track right about here, and you're going, I know that retaining wall is coming up. One and two out. Top of the ninth inning. Opening day here in Minneapolis. Right into the shift. Polanco. There we go. Last 3 outs. Let's see if the Mariners can get a 1-2-3 in the ninth. They got a 2-1 lead. Beautiful day for a ball game today. Opening day 2022. There's your line score. Mariners 3 outs away from opening up the season on the right side as you look at Drew Steckenrider. Here, that heavy fastball. Good numbers last year.
Yeah, 2 ERA last year, 14 saves. Opponents hitting just .211. 67 2/3. Just the 17 walks and 58 strikeouts. Strong season for him.
There you go from last year. Hard hit rate, barrel rate. Good stuff there.
A fastball at 94 miles an hour, curve changeup.
He's got 4, 5, and 6 coming up. First pitch strike. Luis Arraez is pinch hitting. And Steck's got him 0-2. Steckenrider pitching to Cal Raleigh. Steck, kid out of Atlanta, the Atlanta area, played college ball at Tennessee for Cal's dad, who was coach at the time.
Good fastball, 95 in on his hands.
Steck said he was a pretty good hitter when he was at Tennessee as an outfielder, but he saw that arm and, son, I think you may want to get up on the mound there.
He did the right thing.
0-2. Foul off. Funniest thing that cracked me up, he said as a Braves fan, switch hitter because of Chipper Jones. Did you ever notice that Chipper Jones had 2 different bats when he batted? He said he would have like a black bat for when he batted right-handed and a lighter bat left-handed. So he said when he was at UT, that's what he did.
I never noticed that before.
Me either. It was interesting when he told me that last week. 0-2. Arraez, pretty good infielder. And that's in on his fist. Out of play.
Just staying with the fastball.
And yeah, that's his ticket. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2.
Sano will be next.
Rise out of San Felipe in Venezuela. Fourth year in the bigs at 294 last year. Got a lot of action, 121 games. Putting up a good fight.
A good battle.
Tough guy to strike out. 428 plate appearances last year, just 48 strikeouts. Here's Stecker ready to go. Wanted that one. 2-2.
Missed with a changeup.
Two and two. Punch shot. Julio couldn't get there. Dropped it right in front of him. Well placed base knocked by Arraez, and a dangerous man at Sano coming up right here. That was a heck of a battle.
9 pitches in the at bat. He was late on the fastball. It's down, almost in the dirt, right off the end of the bat. So pretty good speed on the bases.
He dug that out. So Miguel Sano, the hitter.
Get a double play.
Runners in turn 2. Robbie Ray pitched out of trouble in the 3rd and the 6th. Sano, dangerous hitter. Good block by Cal. Very good block. Sano, big home run guy. 30 last year, 34 and 19. 28 and 17 when he made the All-Star team. Huge out to get right here. You got Alex Kirilloff on deck. Two to one, all the scoring done much earlier in this tilt. First inning home run by Haniger, 2-run shot. 4th inning, Urshela with the home run to get the Twins on the board. 1-0 Sano. Check swing, foul ball. Good thing that went foul.
Yeah, almost a check swing double. All the outfielders are deep.
Cut off those gaps.
Yep.
Big spot right here, 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Mariners have not been hurting for opportunities. They've left 10 men on. Right now trying to squeeze out a W. 2-1. Popped it up. Cal might have a play. He does have a play. Big out. One away.
That gets them to pop it up. Look like another fastball. It is. Jammed him a little bit. No problem for Cal. 94 miles an hour on that fastball. He's topped out at 95.
Oh, that was textbook.
Yep.
Nice job by Cal. Kirilloff, the hitter, 0 for 3, fly to right, 2 strikeouts. First pitch from Big Steck. Swing and a miss. was 4-2 against Minnesota last year. Won 2 out of 3 here last June. 2 out of 3 last April in Seattle. A lot of excitement for the Mariners. Big expectations. Try to capitalize. Cal, nice block. 2-1. One of the big hopes, Mike, with this ball club that the bullpen picks up right where it left off.
Yep, that's exactly right. Mentioned all those one-run games last year. They're a big part of that.
So the count 1-2.
Sanchez will be next.
Everybody pull around to the right. Steckenrider, 1-2 pitch. Pulled the string, struck him out. 2 outs. A weak wave by Kirilloff. There's 2 away here, bottom 9.
A lot of fastballs, but this looks like a changeup. 87 miles an hour it is, and gets him to chase it.
Kirilloff, 8 Ks for the 3rd time. And Gary Sanchez, tough hitter. Good fastball hitter. Let's see how they attack him. He's 0 for 3 today. Fly to left, popped to first, and rounded out to 3rd.
And he will take some chances, try to catch it out in front.
We saw a lot of that when he was with the Yankees. First pitch from Stack. Strike 1. Mariners scored twice in the first inning on that home run. Nothing since. Left 10 on. Sweating it out right now. 2-1. 2 out. Tying run at first. Winning run at the plate. Steckenrider, the 0-1. High fly ball going foul. So Steck's got him 0-2. Change up, breaking ball.
Gordon is running at first base.
Nick Gordon, D's brother.
Yeah.
What's he come back with here?
I think he'll use his changeup more to the left-handers. If he's going to throw something off speed, probably the breaking ball, but I wouldn't be surprised if at this point he just tries to stay in on his hands with that good fastball.
All right, here we go. 0-2, 2 out, 2-1 Mariners. Steckenrider, the pitch. Blocked by Raleigh.
Nice play again. Cal, a really nice job in this inning.
Well done. So 1-2 to Sanchez. They're chanting his name here at Target Field. Nick Gordon blazing speed at first. Steckenrider. The 1-2 pitch. Missed. 2-2. Nothing like some good first game tension, huh?
How about it?
Steckenrider, big 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Off the fist, fouled it back.
Yeah, good pitch.
Ryan Jeffers, the catcher. He's on deck, but you know, don't want to see him again till tomorrow. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-1 Mariners. Tying run at first in Nick Gordon. Steckenrider steps off. There we go. The 2-2 pitch. High fly ball left field. Winker back, got room, jumping. He made the catch. Mariners win the ball game. They win the season opener here in 2022 as Sanchez gave it a ride.
How about a one-run game, Dave? What do you think about that one run? Robbie Ray today was really good, going 7 innings, giving up just the one run. Haniger with a 2-run homer. The bullpen on point. Mariners 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position to keep it at a one-run game. They'll have to do a better job as they move forward.
Way to go, Wink, making that catch. Nice little get-go going with the fellas. 2-1, Mariners win the opener, everybody. Celebrate, enjoy. That was a good one. Way to go, Robbie Ray, and way to go, Mitch Haniger. For Mike Blowers, I'm Dave Sims. We'll catch you tomorrow. Right now, Mariners post-game starts right now.